Hi, everybody. Eve Harrow, Leawood, UK. On, I guess it's Christmas Day. I'm looking out on the miserable weather, and I'm nice and warm and cozy in my hotel. It is December 25th, 2018, 17th day of Tevet. Actually, it's dark. So it's the 18th day of Tevet, 5779. And I am sitting with a new friend because it's one of these people that I just feel like, wow, I've known her for much longer than just the few minutes that I've known her. Batel Bornstein, who presented a fabulous show here a couple of hours ago here at Leawood, UK. And of course, like everybody else, I flocked over to her like some starstruck person afterwards and asked if we could do an interview. So we're sitting here together. First of all, Batel, thank you so much for agreeing.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
We were just mutually complaining about the food here.
Oh, don't get me started. But yes, it's not a great cuisine.
Right. Nobody comes for the food. We've already discussed that.
Yeah, it's my first, so now I know that nobody comes for the first.
Exactly. And I just ate 2 granola bars from my bag while I was waiting. Anyway, tell my listeners a little bit about your journey and what got you up on the stage today. And a lot of people in Israel know you, Batel. You're very well known in Israel. But I think for my foreign listeners, which is most of you, you don't know who she is, and I think you should.
I think because it's radio and no one can see me, we should say that my height is 48 inches. I was born in Romania and I grew up in Israel, and I always dreamt big and always wanted great things for myself. And I always wanted to be an actress. And I did the regular journey as an actress of acting studio and whatnot. But in the last 5 years, because I had some kind of a financial hardship, I created my own show, which in that show, I talk about all the moments in life when I felt humiliated and all the moments I felt great. And it's an inspirational show with songs and dance and some jokes. And that's what I do. I travel the world and I share with them my life experience.
And you have a great voice also. Part of the show is singing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'll just tell, because I was in the show, so I can tell the listeners some of the things, that you were in the Israeli army, yes, which couldn't have been so simple. They didn't want to take you, and you, as you said, you went in the back door.
Yes. In Israel, everyone goes to the army. Most of the population goes to the army, and it was clear to me that I will join the army as well. I never even thought that there will be a problem. And when I went to the recruiting office, they told me that people under a certain height or a certain weight, for that matter, cannot join the army. So I'm more than welcome to turn around and go back home. But it didn't really fit for me, from my point of view. So I volunteered to the army. I served for 3 years. Usually girls in Israel serve 2. I served as a soldier social worker for the parachutes and a broadcaster, actually, in their military radio station, which is a very big station in Israel. I think it's a common thing for the earlier experience of my life that I see a challenge. I face a challenge and I say, okay. Some people would think that I will do what they say. They say no. So I said, okay, then no. But I don't see that. I think the challenges are the way for you to perfect yourself. It's like to be, diamond. You find a diamond and it's dirty and rough, and you like challenge the diamond to shine. You like beat him, or I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I think challenges in life is a blessing because it makes you eventually who you are. And if you are attached with yourself and with God, then maybe you wouldn't have to go that challenge again because you already been through that. So yeah, I joined the army. I actually got a career out of it as a broadcaster in Israel, and it was a good lesson for life.
So did it take you a while to get to that place where you realized that, and we all have challenges. And one of the stories, I hope I'm not, spoiler alert, you should still go see the show, but there's just a couple things that stood out. That you were thinking one day there's this procedure that takes a year, incredibly painful, which will stretch you out a little bit, add 8 inches or something. And you went to talk to some of your friends who, as you said, are normal height, and they were still complaining about the cellulite on their legs or their breasts aren't big, whatever it is girls complained about. And you realize, like, you might be challenged in your height, but other people are dealing with their own things. But were you always in that place? Like when you were a little girl, were you raised, to feel like what you might say could have been a difficulty was a blessing because it created you for who you are today?
I think I was raised by a very Jewish Soviet mother, and it wasn't connected so spiritually as what you said, but she never gave me, she never made me feel like I was different. For the motto in our house is everything someone does, you need and know and will do it better. So I, until like very late in my years, didn't even know I was different because nobody in my immediate environment treated me as different. Like I was raised to do what everyone does better, as I said. So,
and in school also, like everyone just related to
in after school activities, in sports, like really, yeah, and so it was a very proactive environment that, like, she literally threw me in the deep water and said, swim. This is the only way. As I grow older, and a process that I'm going through in my life, I realized that that it is a blessing, that it made me who I am, that I have a job and a role in this world, that I'm not that everything has a reason, that I'm not tiny for no reason. And I will not, slicha, I wouldn't want to be in a regular height, or I wouldn't want to be someone else, because then I know for sure that I will have other problems dealing with being tiny. I ace at that. I can write the book. Now new problems, it's not for me.
I think that's what resonated with everyone in the audience, because I was looking around. I don't know if you get to see people in the audience, if the light's on and everybody's just kind of shadowy, but I was looking around and realizing that at different times you said something that struck everybody, because most of us, I think, get in our own way. Okay, we don't look at problems as blessings. A lot of us, I think, do have a sense of entitlement. We're entitled to be healthy. We're entitled to all these good things. And then when something happens and takes it away from us, what happened? How could that happen? And what I was hearing from you and what I was feeling from the audience was that you were saying, your issue was right there. It's not like something that was hidden. And therefore, you dealt with it in a very healthy way. And I'm watching people around thinking, like, what do I have that I'm not dealing with? And what do I have that I'm blaming other people for, or whatever it is? And the word that I was hearing really was how inspiring you were to so many of the people in the audience. Is that why you're doing this? I mean, you said you had financial problems, so you could be out on the stage just to pay the bills, which is also legitimate. Or do you understand the effect that you have on people?
When I first started, I just wanted a recognition as an actress. I just wanted to do something that has meaningfulness. But now, and I'm doing it for the last 5 years, in this May, we're going to celebrate 500 performances. We are doing it a lot, and it only gets better in my experience, because now I feel that what I do, or what I want to create, is a synthesis of love. I come and I give to the audience love. I give them an experience. I give them a good laugh. I share my personal things but I get much more. I get the love from the audience. I never met you before, and now here we are, and I feel that in a way it's my job to spread love and light, and it's not that I'm such a lovable, or I'm this and that. I don't think that it's only my credit. I think that I got a gift, and I need to share that gift with the world, because if I will not do that, I will be alone in the dark with the gift, and what It's not that fun, you know? So as my perception changed about why I am doing that, and it got wider, I got more successful because the energy, the excitement, the joy that I brought to the stage, it's a whole new world. Since if you only do it for money or for success, I don't care if 90% of the audience didn't enjoy it. If one person, it touched him, I did my. I don't think about. I come to give and I get much more. So this is why I am doing that.
Right. So that's great that Limud found you and brought you here and exposed you to a whole different audience.
Yeah, and it's for the last year we are doing it. Me and my husband is my manager. We are doing it in English in Israel. I'm obviously doing it in Hebrew, and it the fact that I have a show in English, it exposed me to a whole different communities and audiences. But I think that every person can see themselves in my story because we all deal with challenges. We all want to find love. We all want to develop in life, in spiritually or financially or in your career. And I can perform I don't mind who the audience is. I'm coming to give. I can do that in Chinese or in Spanish, or I don't know Chinese, but I will I will, if they want me, I will come and do it in Chinese, because in a way I feel it's a greater message than what I experience. It just came to make the audience feel a little bit.
I think it's a universal message to a great degree. We all have that inside us.
Yeah, and if you want, and if you are open for it, God loves you, and you have the right to live this life with excitement and joy. And it doesn't matter who you are, who are your parents, what size or shape or height you are. It's up to us how our life will be.
It's just packaging.
Mm-hmm.
So in Israel, you perform for a lot of children. What is the main thing that you do?
I perform with the show. I perform for teenagers and up, like 11 and up. I do it in high schools, in army bases, but everywhere that has a stage that can hold me, contain me. I'm coming. Universities, whatever, government offices, whoever wants me, I'm there. Very easy, girl.
So now, so your English is excellent. Did you have such good English before you started doing it?
I'm very self-conscious. No, I watched a lot of MTV growing up, so this is how I got my English. And I think because I spoke a lot of languages as a child, not English, it got me. I got a thing for languages, and I always wanted that. You know, for us Israelis, we are very influenced by the American culture. Like all the TV shows that I saw, all the music videos that I saw, the series, the films, the stars, most of them came from America. And being a small kid in a small suburb, in a small country, and watching those, I don't know, celebrities, for me to be able to translate my Israeli story in a wider way, in the language that I fantasized on. Like I always took the microphone in my room, and I was imagining that someday I will have a radio show and I will sing and dance. And if I could show that little girl that it will happen, you can relax now, don't be so stressed, everything you want will happen, I would do this. So, but I think that because that girl didn't know, that what made her really anxious, and it got her to act, to do something about it. Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's the message you give kids? Because I find sometimes I do that. It will be okay. Whatever it will be okay, because we are so worried when we're young about what's going to be. We spend a ridiculous amount of time worrying about the future. And if we could all just, like you said, and I think there's a TV show out now, This Is Us, where she has, I hope I'm not ruining this for anybody, Kate has a dream where she goes back and she actually talks to her 12-year-old self and says, like, it'll be okay. And I thought, wow, what an amazing thing if I would be able to do that and just say, it will be okay. So if you can do that to these kids now and just say to them, like, it was okay for you, it'll be okay for them.
In a way, I think that fate does that. I think that life without it starts in a very in a basic way where you have to believe in yourself, you have to believe in the world, you have to believe in the goodness that the world. But that thing to me is a bit limited, because even as a grown up, I would find myself worried about what will happen, what's gonna be, am I gonna find a husband, am I gonna fulfill my dreams? And since fate came into my way, believing that everything that happens for a reason, and that God is good, and that really frees you from anxiety more than anything else. Like it really kisses anxiety goodbye. Fate to me, and I think that the most generous thing that you can give to a person is the love of God or faith in some way, because it really, I don't see myself as a guru or as a person that can really. I don't want it. I don't feel that I have the tools to really.
You don't feel like you're a spiritual advisor.
Yeah, in a way, I feel that I'm here to spread light and love, but it's not only my message. It's a gift that I got from God. So I'm only doing. Yeah, it's not me. It is me, but I'm not doing it for the. I don't want to be a guru. I just want to touch people's heart. Yeah.
I totally relate to that, because also I feel that I have a gift in some of the things that I do, but that it's because Hashem wants me to have it, and therefore I need to use it. Otherwise, I'm kind of spitting in his eye, because he gave me something for a reason. And also that sense of everything will be okay, and that feeling of tremendous love I got on the beach in Costa Rica, don't ask, a couple of years ago when I was there, where I just had the sense that someone's in control, everything will be okay. And I just have to do what I have to do, and do it in a good way, and touch people as often as I can. So I totally get what you're saying. It's amazing.
And also, it frees you, that make you free, not freeze. Yeah. In the from that fear that you are the only person that is in charge of your life, or it makes other. I think that sometimes people put their happiness in other people. Okay, if I will have that guy, I will be happy. If I lose weight, I will be happy. If I get that job, I will be happy. But no, you will just want the next thing. Happiness comes from believing, in my opinion. And and if you will open your heart to that, it's like, I don't know if you have it, but in Instagram there is filters. You take a picture and then you put it on a filter, and some filters make the picture with brighter colors. For me, it's an image to what fate does to your life. It makes your life with brighter colors. You feel things, you are grateful more and more to everything, and you don't need a mega extreme events for you to feel something, because you are moved by the leaves, by the lake, by the sun, by the moon. You are just grateful to be here and to be able to live.
Right. Faith brings that gratitude. Yeah. Which is why it seems sometimes in Judaism we're always saying thank you, and we're always blessing things, but it's because it's not coming to us, and we want to feel grateful for that. So you go around the world?
Yeah, we just started. I came back from a tour in Australia last month. This is my first time in Birmingham, in Limud. We did Copenhagen and Edinburgh Festival, actually, in Scotland 2 years ago. So we are very in the beginning of the way, but we really want to meet as many souls and touch as many hearts as we can.
Do you speak Russian? You said your mother was from the Soviet Union?
I can speak Russian like an Ole Chadash, But give me a month in Russia and it will
I
come.
wonder if that's I wonder if that's a place, if you have almost the language that you could go to too.
Maybe.
If you have a gift for the languages, the world is at your feet. Yeah. Wow. It's really amazing what you do. So those are your goals, to just reach as many people as you can. So that's what I wanted to ask you. Any problem with being an Israeli? Are there places that you would like to go to and they BDS, whatever it is, some shtugot like that because you're Israeli?
Very good question. My first shows abroad, the first time that I performed in English was in Scotland, in the Edinburgh Film Festival. And a year ago, before I came, there was a huge demonstrations by the BDS for an Israeli theater company that came, and they shut down the company, and the company lost like 300,000 shekels, and it was a very big mess.
I remember when that happened.
Yeah. So I came as an independent artist. I wasn't related to the Israeli government because they got money from. But it was the first time and the last time, I hope, that I censored myself. I didn't talk about the army at all. And today, I will never do that. I will never do that again because it was, as an Israeli, I really don't feel anti-Semitism or any pressure. I just live my life as an Israeli in my country that I love, in my city that I love, and I'm proud of. From like me being in the army is such a big moment for me. I'm very proud at it. And for me to hide or to be ashamed of something that I'm so not ashamed of, it was a big lesson, and I will never do that again because I was afraid, because I invested so much money, my own money, in that performance that I said, okay, I'm not dealing with them. There are more. I was alone, me and my husband, and they were hundreds. Like the BDS movement is very, very big in Scotland. There are like, but in a way, I think it's just your average bully, you know? Mm-hmm. It's bullying, and with bullying, you need to react. You cannot just freeze or okay, we will do it your way. You have to say your thing, or to stand on your feet and not to be afraid of that. I think that shunning or boycotting anything is bullying way, and it actually hurts the most to the Palestinians because if you hurt the Israeli economy, the one that get hurt from it the most are the weak links in the society, and unfortunately, the weak links in the society are in some kind of way the Palestinians, and they get hurt if you will not help the economy. But if someone from the BDS like really opened their eyes or had a dialogue with Israeli or Palestinian, they will know that.
Yeah, but I think it's clear that it's not so much that they want to help the Palestinians as they want to hurt Israelis, and that's kind of been outed for a long time. I don't know if a lot of them realize that, but a lot of us do realize that. So what you just said is very Israeli. Like, we live in a neighborhood with a lot of bullies, and you have to stand up for yourself and not collapse. So you're actually, in your own private life, being uber Israeli. That's what the country does. And you're a little person, and it's a little country, and it's that same kind of attitude. Like, no, you're not going to step on me.
I like Israel, tiny and strong.
Seriously, work that into your next show.
I'm telling you, the government will love that.
I don't think they'll care because it's true. It's totally true and beautiful, by the way.
Thank you so much.
By the way. Yeah. All right, so are you doing another show here, or this was one?
This is one. They only got me for one. Okay. But if you want, I will give you a private show, like small.
Okay.
There's nothing to do, so we can.
So do you have a website if somebody's listening and they say, wow, this lady rocks it. We want to bring her into wherever it is that they are.
You can go on YouTube, actually, and check my TED Talk. I have a TEDx talk. It's called Bigger is Better, and it became very, very viral in Israel. It got more than 2 million views. So you can check it on Facebook or on YouTube. You will find it. And my website called iambatel.com. So you can find it also.
B-A-T capital E-L?
No, it's in the internet. It's all, yeah.
B-A-T-E-L, which means, by the way, the daughter of God.
Yeah. I have a good dad.
The best. The best. That's amazing. Okay, so everybody look her up. First of all, watch the TED Talk and see if you have some clips of some of the shows that she did. And if you can, bring her in. You won't be sorry. It was, I think, and I have to present twice today, but coming to your show was definitely the highlight of my day.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I really enjoy talking to you. And doesn't she has the best voice like in the world for the radio? Don't you like just feel your brain melts into your eyes when you listen? So thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
But said that to me. We sat down to talk. She said, I feel like my brain is being massaged by your voice. I don't know if you guys feel that, but in any event, the massage is over. So thank you for listening. Eve Harrow, Rejuvenation on the Land of Israel Network. You can always write to me, eve@thelandofisrael.com. Take care, everybody. Goodbye for now.
Hi folks, Josh Haston here, host of Israel Uncensored on the Land of Israel Network at thelandofisrael.com. This week, an exclusive interview with Dr. Seth Franzman, op-ed editor at the Jerusalem Post. He has been to Turkey, he's been to Iraq, he's been to Kurdistan to cover regional conflict here in the Middle East.
It may not immediately affect us, but the larger picture is that with the U.S. reducing its footprint, and I think also leading to a lot of questions about how erratic the Trump administration is becoming.
Hear what he has to say about the U.S. decision to pull U.S. troops out of Syria. Don't miss the show exclusively here on the Land of Israel Network at thelandofisrael.com. That's Israel Uncensored with Josh Haston this week.